Hello everybody, my name's SilverViper21 and welcome back to the Raven. Where we last left off, we were on a boat. We were trying to track down a murderer and a thief. Best I remember. Oh yeah, I ended it right here. Oh, I remember there's a lot of talking in this game.
The gangway is hard to miss. Why did the murderer drop the gun on the gangway? They must have noticed their mistake, even if their back was to the sea. So, why didn't they take the gun and throw it a few meters farther into the sea?
I don't know.
I hope I don't find myself needing a life jacket.
I hope so too. I forget what we're doing.
I better let the men do their work. If one of them had detected something yesterday, he'd already have informed Legrand or the captain.
The what?
The grate shouldn't be so easy to open. Did the stowaway open it and we caught him in the act? No. The pipe is too narrow. He wouldn't fit in there. I guess the cover has been defective for a while.
Okay.
Were the tarpaulins arranged like that on purpose so that no one could put them back in order once they get in? You can tell at a glance that everything is ship-shape with this boat.
Everything's ship-shape. Ice cube types. Message from the Baroness.
I have to talk to the young fellow right away. Even though he was already under arrest at the time of the shot, he may have noticed something before. And what about the other gunshot? Could the second missing bullet from the murder weapon be stuck down there in one of the wooden crates? If I want to get into the cargo hold, I'll have to get rid of the constable first. He won't let me talk to our young friend.
Constable, come quick.
He won't let me talk to our young friend. He respects Legrand far too much to disobey his orders. If I want to get into the cargo hold, I'll have to get rid of the constable first.
Yes, but how? And I can't run, which is... That's kind of sad. Wait, he respects his orders. So we'll just go here.
The death of his mistress doesn't...
Go downstairs. Yeah, I came to conclusions a bunch of times
I better not bother him until I have something new to report. He seems too stressed.
I was coming to conclusions, but I totally forgot. And then that's the doctor's in there. He locked it. I remember.
Neither Dr. Gebhardt nor Constable Oliver can keep up with Legrand's pace. I wonder what would happen if Legrand dragged him out of bed for another investigation.
He'd probably go insane. So, what I can remember is that the Baroness was shot. Let me drink that seemed like it was drugged. So, yeah. Yeah. Captain?
I believe I've got everything I can out of him. There's not... I shouldn't bother her until her mind is still...
Well, then how do I get the constable away? Whatever happened to the kid and all that? No, I can't talk to James. There's in my room. No. No, I don't need to go in. I got everything. But there's nothing quite like visiting a crime scene again.
Sifting through all that would take ages. But here... Aha!
Ah.
A small leather-bound book. 1964 is engraved on it. This must be the Baroness's diary.
Well, we're gonna look at that
Cosmetics,
shit.
a handkerchief, a spectacles case. Nothing special. Let's see. Yes, it's a diary, all right. Difficult to read. No entry from yesterday.
Too intoxicated.
A brief, sober description of what she's done recently. Met Morris, arranged benefit concert for renovation of Louvre Southeastern Wing, Times photo shoot for Eye of Sphinx, BM, poor excuse for photographer, too fidgety,
Ooh.
and so on. This entry looks strange. The handwriting is shaky, difficult to read. Dreamt of Bubby. Yesterday would have been his birthday. Next week, Jay's.
Family members? Like dead relatives or some but wait, what if I hit the constable with or the police officer with the tongs and run?
The metal of the tongs feels cold from the smooth handle all the way to the tips.
nice. I don't know what I'm doing now. Can I just throw somebody overboard?
The bottle should be full of water, unless the good constable happens to have a secret alcohol problem. No way to verify that. I can't get the bottle without him noticing.
God damn it. Well, talk to him.
He won't let he
No,
respects the
you
final.
stubborn bastard.
I wonder what information Legrand. If I didn't know.
I got my wallet, I got some tongs, and I also got a letter. That's it. What do I do? Aft. It's the aft. No. I can't go this way, it's closed off. The only way to go is there. Then here, dunk, dunk, dunk.
I shouldn't bother her.
Hey.
Captain.
Wait, let me do it before. Hold on. You won't let me go behind the counter. Why did I need the tongs?
The ship must have.
No, no, no! Game. I remember when I quit playing. It was really late, and I was really tired, and my head started hurting. I think you have to press X before you come off into someone. You know, not gonna lie, I thought this game was kind of...
The death of his miss.
Oh, wait. What if... What? Can I give this to you?
I wonder what information Legrand is. If I didn't.
No, I can't. I got nowhere. There's only like a few places I can go on this damn ship.
I better not bother him. That is Legrand's cabin.
Really? Come on, Baldy.
There are little stones in the flower pot. Not only does the poor plant have to make do without sunlight, it doesn't have any soil either.
Wait, hold on. Get some rocks, throw them at the constable.
Really? What am I supposed to do with stones?
Just take them and throw them at the cop.
Although, sooner or later...
Perfect. Now I can throw them at the cop. Don't do this in real life. Like how I'm gonna just chuck like pebbles. There's like the littlest things too you find in this game. It's just like, oh, there's some secret little thing hidden off in the corner. Go find it. Why? Huh. Throw him.
He won't. He if I want.
I don't know what to do. Can I just throw things? Seriously, I want to just... Chicken ever. Can I go up here? No. No, I can't. No? Throw pebbles. To distract. Oh my god. Fine, I won't throw stones. Behave for a change. What if there's stones in there?
I couldn't, but if I...
Throw 'em. This game. Why do I have tongs? Why do I have a letter? Why do I have stones? We're going into this ship. Can I throw stones at James? Like, seriously. James, I'm gonna hit you with some stones for no apparent reason.
The death.
Just go with it. You gotta check every. Hey, Captain! I found some stones.
I believe... Captain... I shouldn't bug her mom.
Then who can I bug?
I believe...
Why do I need stones? It makes no sense. And I've been in and out of these places so many damn times.
Small, even stones. Probably easier to handle on a ship than real soil.
You hurt my head, sir. You give me a headache. I heard a bird. Can I throw him at a bird? One part of Metro wasn't this bad. What if I'm back here at an angle? Wait. I have an idea. Tongs? Stones. Why do I have this combination? Paper, stones. Swear to God, if I'm gonna play some fucked up game of rock, paper, scissors. At this point, hold on. What if
I guess our stowaway knocked me out. Whatever his story is, he's not a thief. Nothing's missing from my wallet.
He's not a thief. Wasn't there a kid on board? Hey, you wanna play rock, paper?
Small, even stones. I wonder what information Legrand is keeping from me. If I didn't know better, I'd say he was hiding something.
Okay, you want to play Little Stones, Message from Baron, and Ice Cube Tongs?
The metal of the tongs feels cold from the...
Game for like 20 minutes already. Inspector, I got stones. don't know why. For some reason it lets me go in here as well, but I feel like I've gotten everything in here.
Can't see anything. Wow, heavier than it looks.
Really? How was I supposed to know that?
Aha!
What?
Why were the down feathers tossed in the vase? Or is there anything else in there? There may be something else in the vase, but the neck is too narrow to reach in with my hand.
Aha! I got tongs.
Could work. There's something in there. Ah.
Is it a $50 bill?
Someone stuffed this in the vase.
I don't know what this is.
Looks like it's been used to muffle a gunshot. If this isn't an important discovery, I don't know what is. Legrand, here I come.
Oh, thank God, I found something. I did it. We did it. We did. Yeah, now we did. Oh, don't go Dora the Explorer on our ass. Nope, I'm Legrand. I found something. Can I just call him Inspector Gadget? Go, go, Gadget skis!
A singed pillowcase is proof that there must have been a second gunshot.
Like how it just barged in. Not burged. What the fuck is burged? Look, dude, I don't even know.
Inspector?
He's a druggie.
Can't you knock?
Nope.
Didn't realize. I'm really...
I'm not getting anywhere. I'm going to question each passenger individually. Anyone without an airtight alibi will be checked for gunshot residue.
But, Inspector...
People trip up when you put pressure on them, Constable.
Where was I?
The Raven is nervous.
Drugged.
He's changed his methodology and become a murderer.
Wait, Inspector.
I'll see it in his eyes. After you.
But, Inspector Legrand...
I have a pillowcase. Wait, how did the Raven shoot her? Throw it in there and then...
We have no proof that the Raven and the murderer are the same person. Quite the opposite. The Baroness's message hints at the fact that she knew the murderer and that he'd killed before.
You may not know it, but I do. I will catch
hello.
him with or without your help.
You're a dick. Oh,
I don't believe it. What's gotten into him? Oh, well, it makes no sense to tell him about my theories if his opinion is already set. I need evidence. Or better yet, the murderer. I also need his lab if I'm going to get anywhere. I need to get in there somehow. And I really need to talk to the stowaway. He may have information, and the inspector will just ignore him, since he's too young to be the Raven. Legrand locked the door.
The
lock isn't especially secure. If I had a wire or something like that, I could probably pick it.
Okay, we're going to find a piece of wire. Go upstairs. Nope, I want more rocks.
We're lucky that the Lydia has a well-stocked medical center at its I suppose it was added during the war. Dr. Gebhardt locked the door. Something...
Gebhardt locked the door. Why do we need pebbles? Or stones? They're more stones than they are pebbles, I'm guessing.
The death of...
Yo, is he in here? The inspector, or where is he questioning people? There he is.
Mr. Kreutzer, come on, you have to give me a bit more. You're the only one who was on the train and who has no alibi for last night.
As I said, I was in my cabin.
Are you sure that it was your cabin and not the Baroness's?
Legrand will question the guests one after another. But if he doesn't get the answers that he wants to hear, it could become unpleasant for them.
Madam!
Lady Westmacott, may I bother you for a moment?
By all means, Mr. Zellner.
What, you're gonna take her in her wheelchair?
How is the questioning going?
Are you implying that I'm an eavesdropper? The inspector is placing a lot of pressure on our dear Mr.
Look,
Kreutzer.
you're right
He's the only
here.
one who was on the train and who doesn't have an alibi for last night.
Perhaps. But him? A murderer?
I know people like him. He doesn't have enough backbone to kill someone in cold blood and remain so calm. He'd turn it into a drama and then a farce, drink himself insensible, and then, railing at fate, pitch himself into the sea. Forget him. Legrand is wasting his time. Mr. Kreutzer just happens to be a perfect fit for the inspector's image of the Raven.
Athletic, cultured, moves among the rich and famous.
I'll eat his violin if he's the Raven or the murderer.
I have to be going, Lady Westmacott.
Please keep me informed, Constable Zellner.
Of course.
You'll eat his violin.
I should... Her mind... Mr. Kreutzer clearly feels uneasy. But does Legrand actually think he's the Raven? Legrand is absorbed in the interrogation. He still seems pretty annoyed. The violinist seems to be bearing the brunt of it.
Not gonna lie, I want to really see.
Legrand will attend to the interrogations, and I won't talk to him again until I'm ready to present the murderer.
I got some pebbles.
Legrand will attend to the interrogations. I won't...
I'm hungry. Ah!
English ham and eggs. One advantage on an international trip is the international breakfast. Many of my fellow countrymen think it's outrageous to eat fried bacon, sausages, or anything heavy for breakfast. I, on the other hand, think ham and eggs are the only worthwhile contribution the English have made to international cuisine.
I see where the belly came from.
Excellent.
No, it's drugged!
That's just what I needed.
Wait, I got some tongs. Maybe I can eat. Really?
It's not fair. There's a magnificent buffet, but I don't have an appetite. Maybe a side effect of the tranquilizer. I shouldn't bother her mom.
You just bothered her. Just a little bit ago. What the hell? Do you think I'm eavesdropping? No, I do.
The death...
Wait.
The death of his mistress doesn't really bother.
Wait, Constable. This guy, the guy, fuck. The inspector needs your assistance in the interrogation.
What do you want?
Inspector Legrand is questioning the first of the passengers in the saloon.
And?
It will be hours before he gets to the stowaway.
And?
We'll save time if I question him.
We'd also save time if you stopped asking me the same things over and
Throw
over again.
stone at
I
your
will
head.
not let you in. What time is it, by the way?
Got an appointment?
No, but I'm hungry.
Go and get yourself something. I'll mind the door in the meantime.
Ha ha. You could bring me something, though.
So, what do you want to eat?
Oh, anything. An apple or something like that.
There's ham and eggs in the saloon.
Can't touch him.
Why not?
Sergeant Mills.
Hmm?
He's responsible for the fitness of the unit, and he'll chew you out if he thinks you've packed on a few pounds.
I see. Leave it with me.
Yeah, thanks.
That's not how you play shuffleboard, Matty.
Matt is keeping himself busy with that strange game. He seems to be okay again, but I think he'd be running around all over the place if he'd really come to terms with what happened on the train. Hello there, partner.
Hi.
Are you all right?
Uh-huh.
Took you long enough.
Have you recovered from our adventure?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Zellner,
Hmm?
Yeah.
what's going on?
What do you mean?
Everybody's acting so strange, and there's tape across that door. I saw that in a movie once.
You don't have to be worried.
Is it about the man from the train?
It might be about the thief, yes.
Haven't you caught him yet?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I heard you and your mom used to argue a lot.
We did. Everything was bad. The house, school, the other kids. We didn't have much money, and I was always alone.
You do know that your mother would love to have been with you, don't you? She had to go out to work to earn money.
She wouldn't have had to, if Dad were still around.
And how do you get along with her now?
I'm always happy when we do something together on vacation. She has more time for me now, and I like my boarding school. I have lots of friends, and the teachers aren't so bad.
Well, that's nice.
Your mother and Professor Lucien seem to be on very good terms with each other.
That's
Don't
gonna be
you like
Dad.
Don't know.
He seems to be very nice.
I guess.
That's gonna be Papa.
Lady Westmacott is all by herself in the saloon. Maybe you'd like to visit her later.
Sure, the lady tells exciting stories.
I know. She's my favorite writer.
She told me that it's not much fun to write detective novels. She'd rather write something else, but her fans always want the same thing.
They made her rich and famous.
I told her to write what she wants to write. If it's good, someone will buy it. And
Yeah.
if not, at least she had fun writing it. Then she smiled and nodded. She said it was a good idea.
What are you playing there?
I'm playing shuffleboard. At least I'm trying to.
Never played it before.
It's easy. Professor Lucien explained it to me.
And who won?
We didn't play.
You didn't want to play with him, did you? Do you want to play a game with me?
Sure.
Please tell me I get to play it.
Then let's get started.
Oh yeah.
Shit, what
are we
were the
playing
rules?
for?
I thought we'd just play for fun.
That's boring. We have to bet something. Otherwise it isn't fun.
You
I
English
bet to throw
people.
you
So
off
I'll
the
bet
boat.
my brand new slingshot. And you?
I don't want to gamble.
How about ice cream in Cairo?
Okay. If
I'll
I win,
bet that.
I get the slingshot. If I lose, I get an ice cream in Cairo.
Hey! Never try to cheat Matt Miller. So, what do you say? Ice cream versus slingshot?
All right. Let the games begin.
Quick!
Rats.
Haha, I win. That's one ice cream for me.
You've been practicing. I still don't really understand the rules.
Oh
Yeah,
man, you have to pay attention. Okay,
You didn't
it's
tell me,
very
stupid
easy. You play
kid.
with the blue pucks and I play with the red ones.
Okay.
You have to push the pucks with this stick into the zone over there and score as many points as possible.
Sounds easy. How many pucks do I have?
6. Now here comes the kicker. First it's your turn, then mine, and so on. But everyone is allowed to shoot the other person's pucks out of the zone.
This time I'll win.
Nah, I doubt that.
I need the slingshot. Fuck. You're a turd. Get out of here. I got 10. You're a dick. I'm still in the lead, Matt. Come on! Oops. I swear to God, if he gets a 10 again. I hate this game. Yes, keep knocking my puck into the 10. $18. You're just an evil little kid, aren't you? And in the end, he made me get negative 10 points.
Oh.
I win again. That's another ice cream.
This time I'll win.
Nah, I doubt that.
Bring it. Oh, jerk. Ooh, 5. Let's see you beat that, Matt. You're a turd. Yes. Seriously, I had a 5 and then the little jerk beat it out of there. Can't tell, is that a 3 or an 8? That's a 3. Come on, Matt! I thought this was fun! Matt, I'll still get you an ice cream. You beat me like... bunch of times. Matt, fuck off! Get a negative 10, kid. Give me your slingshot now. You're gonna take a little kid's slingshot.
That's
Yes.
it.
Oh man.
The athlete wins the day.
One more time.
No, that's enough for me.
All right. Here,
Are you sure?
gambling debts are debts of honor.
Now I'm gonna shoot the
I'll
console.
give
with
it back to you when I don't need it anymore. Okay?
Okay, but make sure my mom doesn't catch you with it. She thinks it's dangerous.
Aha! Now I have the weapon. Hello?
Miss Miller and the professor are talking intensely. She seems pretty relaxed, by her standards.
Excuse me.
Good morning, Miss Miller.
What the fuck?
Professor Lucien?
Constable Zellner, how are you? I heard you passed out last night.
Well, not quite.
The bearded
I
wonder.
was poisoned.
Oh.
Poisoned?
That wretch.
What a little drug.
Who do you mean by that wretch?
That stowaway. That new Raven.
The young man can't be the murderer. Constable Oliver had already apprehended him when the shot was fired.
You mean...
Whoever killed the Baroness is still on the loose.
Ooh, dun dun
I think
dun.
I should take my leave. I'd like to rest for a while.
One last question, Professor.
Two last questions, sorry.
Do you think the eye is well protected in the safe in Legrand's cabin?
Of course it is. They assured me that it would take hours of work with heavy machinery to crack the safe. And if Legrand isn't in his cabin, Constable Oliver or I check that everything is in order every hour.
I understand.
I want to go back to my cabin. I'll see you later, Mary.
Oh, of course. See you later.
That's creepy.
I didn't want to interrupt your conversation with Professor Lucien so abruptly.
Yes, I did.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
Learning that there's still a burglar on board seemed to frighten him.
He was so relaxed the whole time, and then...
And then the stupid Swiss constable came by and made him anxious.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
No matter. I'm sure he'll calm down and
The
come back soon
stupid
enough.
Swiss constable came
May
by.
I ask you a few questions?
Of course.
God, there's a lot.
How is Matt? He seems happy enough.
After all the commotion, he's already back to his old self again. But I haven't told him about the murder. That would be a bit too much for him.
I think he's made of sterner stuff.
I want to thank you again for what you did on the train. I wouldn't have known...
Everything's fine. Think nothing of it.
You don't seem worried. Last night.
How was last night for you?
It was awful. I was having a conversation with Edgar, Professor Lucien, here on the forecastle. Then
Edgar
I wanted
Allan
to look
Poe?
for the lady and went forward via the side deck. When I passed the Baroness's cabin, I heard a muffled scream.
You heard a scream?
Yes. I thought the Baroness probably had a fall. I went to the door and listened for a moment. Since I couldn't hear anything, I knocked on the door and asked whether she was all right. There was no answer.
Interesting. And then?
I didn't know what to do, so I tried to open the door. It was locked. I saw the Baroness's butler, Mr. Inch, on the forecastle. I thought he might have the key and went back. On the way, the Bobby crossed my path, and then Edgar, who wanted to check the safe.
The Bobby?
I explained the situation to him, and then the alarm went off.
What the hell's a Bobby? Oh god, there's more questions.
How
No!
did the scream sound?
It was a short outcry, very frightened, as if someone had been startled.
Was it a woman's voice?
Yes, the voice was high.
So it could have been a scream from the Baroness. Possibly because she discovered someone in her cabin.
Possibly.
That
mouse.
person might have threatened her with a weapon, so that she wouldn't scream for help.
Oh, God.
He waited until the coast was clear.
Oh, please, stop it, Mr. Zellner.
I'm sorry. But what about
The Baroness's
butler?
butler said that he was on the forecastle as well.
Yes, he was standing on the other side of the deck smoking a cigarette.
Was he on the forecastle the whole time?
I'm not sure. He was there, and later he was on the side deck with us. Oh, yes, he looked after you while you were unconscious. He unbuttoned your collar and held your head while the doctor checked you.
But you can't say for certain whether he came from the forecastle with you and Professor Lucien, or afterwards.
Well, no. But where else could he have come from?
When a mommy and... No, I'm not even
Did you
gonna...
report that to Inspector Legrand?
Yes, last night. He was very interested and took a lot of notes. But I wanted to look for Lady Westmacott, and he let me go without further delay. He said that he'd take down my full statement today.
I understand.
Do you think the man from the train also killed the Baroness, Constable Zellner?
I don't know yet.
It's horrible. Explosions, thieves, murderers. This isn't the right place for a lady and a little boy.
You're the one that booked the trip, lady. I like how through this whole thing, I am just at peace. Just don't get Matt. Shut up.
You and Professor Lucien seem to be having a lively conversation.
Oh, yes. He's an expert in ancient Egyptian art and preeminent in hieroglyphic research. He's the head of the Egyptian department in the British Museum, you know. And he's going to open an exhibition at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo.
Oh, this is...
For the eye.
They had planned on exhibiting both jewels together for the first time in decades, but that's not going to happen now, sadly. I think it's quite upsetting for him.
We're working hard to ensure that at least one eye will be on display.
I know. I'll ask Lady Westmacott if she'd like to participate in the opening of the exhibition. I think it would be good for her.
And Professor Lucien will surely offer you a private tour.
Huh? What? It was so fascinating.
You're American, aren't you?
That's correct.
And you moved to England because of the job?
I lived in England before. During the Second World War, I volunteered. I worked in a pharmacy on a US base north of London.
In a pharmacy? Interesting.
Well, it was the war and everyone was sent where they could help best.
Please, go on, Mrs. Miller.
After the war, I studied music in London. I met my husband there. We married and went back to the States together.
He was also American?
No, English. But he said he had problems with his family and he wanted to be as far from them as possible.
And you gave up your studies for him?
Well, yes, I did.
Come on.
Life
just say
as
goodbye.
a single mother couldn't have been easy.
It was pretty tough then. I worked from morning till night and it was still only enough for the bare necessities. And I couldn't give Matt all the attention he needed.
Okay,
And
Blue.
then Lady Westmacott entered your life.
It was like an angel appeared to me. She must have offered me the position out of pity. I had no experience as a carer. She made me a generous offer. I couldn't believe it. And she really adores Matt. She's offered him a good education, and now he has every opportunity in life.
Lady
An
Westmacott.
almost unbelievable
That is the
story.
writer.
I'm still
The
afraid
one in
that
the
it's a
wheelchair.
dream and that I'll wake up one day.
How does it feel to work for such a world-famous person?
The work is very interesting and varied, and it pays well, too.
You are very lucky that the lady offered the position to you.
I just hope she won't change her mind one day. What would become of Matt's education then? I really make an effort to measure up to Lady Westmacott's expectations, but sometimes I feel like I fall short.
Lady Westmacott couldn't ask for a better companion.
I'm saving up as much money as I can all the same. I'd do anything so that Matt doesn't have to give up his new life.
No, that's not... Come on.
Lady Westmacott dropped a hint on the train that she killed her hero, Partout. What did she mean by that?
Oh, she must have meant the manuscript.
Manuscript?
She always takes it with her. It's an unpublished Partout novel. I once asked her why she never published it. She said that according to her will, the novel's only to be published after her death.
And in it, Partout will be killed?
Maybe. I've never read it. No one
I want to
has.
read it.
You'd better ask her yourself.
Hey-oh.
If you worked in a pharmacy, you would certainly know something about medicines and poisons.
Everything is a potential poison, Constable. It depends on the dose.
Have you ever heard of chloral hydrate?
It's a tranquilizer, isn't it?
I'm asking you.
Lady Westmacott also asked questions like that for her last novel. But since I've never wanted to kill anyone, I never bothered with things like strychnine and arsenic and all that. I could recommend something for a headache, a sore throat, or a rash.
That's kind of you.
I got a
there's
headache.
really
Can
no
you
need.
offer
I'll
me
be
something?
seeing you, Miss Miller.
Constable?
Don't be so formal. Call me Silver. Okay, put...
The little stones make perfect ammunition for the slingshot. Now I just need a suitable target.
Oh, Constable! Him.
He could be more cooperative, but in the end, he's just doing his job. No reason to shoot a stone at his head.
Yes, there is.
It may not seem like it, but Constable Oliver is actually a very effective watchman. He could be more no reason to shoot a stoner.
Where are
All
you
right.
Ow! 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 Ah! Hey, Zelda, what in blazes was that?
What?
Something hit me!
You mean someone shot at you?
Yes, well, no, I don't know. Didn't you notice anything?
I was riveted by the fantastic view. We Swiss aren't used to seeing the horizon like this.
And my bottle's broken too. Oh,
Aw.
I don't believe this.
Boo-hoo. My body broke. Try to shoot him again. Donor, someone shot at me.
He could be more no reason.
There's always a reason.
It may not. Still hungry?
I hope that's not a rhetorical question. Did you get me something to eat?
Still working on.
Well, do.
I think the best moment was just me shooting the cop in the knee with the fucking slingshot. That was like one of the best moments in this. Don't do it in real life. Do not do it. They get a little angry. I need to find the apple. Just go eat the damn sausage and ham and shit. Sausage, ham and shit. That's apparently one. Dun, 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 dun.
Whatever Constable Oliver wants is getting ham and eggs. And just a pinch of salt for our friendly constable. Good.
Just a pinch. Shake, 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 shake. Just a pinch. The whole fucking thing. Breakfast!
Constable Oliver.
So you were gonna throw it at his face.
Huh?
Ham and eggs, piping hot.
Oh, I shouldn't really.
I don't see anyone here who'd rebuke you. It was a hard night.
Yeah, true. Oh, delicious.
Mmm.
Just enough salt.
Oh, just enough.
Oh, that was good of you. Cheers.
You don't expect me to wash your dirty dishes as well, do you?
Oh, of course not, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Like a baby broke his bottle.
Could you bring me something to drink? Those ham and eggs were pretty salty.
I'm sorry. I have to proceed with my investigations. Goodbye.
Ha! You get yourself.
Let's see how long he can resist his thirst. Not long at all.
The big baby broke his bottle. Hello! Did you hit me on the head
Nervous?
and tranquilize me?
I would be too in your position. Who are you?
My name is Adil, and you are...
Constable
Silver
Zelna.
Viper
Why did you
21.
sneak onto the ship, Adil?
I wanted to go back home.
You're Egyptian?
There's no work for me in Italy. I want to see my family again.
And since you don't have money, you stowed away.
So what if I did?
So, it was you who knocked me out.
Me? Never.
No? Where were you when I was attacked?
Well, I couldn't take anything with me on this trip, so I snuck into the kitchen and took some canned goods.
Interesting. And how do you know when I was attacked?
Well, I thought it was yesterday, shortly before we set sail.
I take this bump personally.
Murderer!
What were you searching for on deck last night?
I was hiding the whole evening. I wanted to go out and get some fresh air, see the stars. But then suddenly, they were looking for me.
Were you in one of the cabins?
No!
Did you see anyone on the deck or on the roof?
No!
And after we arrested you?
The English policeman put me in this cell. Then he left. I've been here ever since.
And you didn't notice anything along the way?
No, nothing.
What about the gunshot? Didn't you hear it?
Yes. The English policeman had already arrested me. We heard a bang and looked around.
And then?
Then, the Bobby was in a hurry to get rid of me. He almost pushed me down the stairs and locked me in here. He left, and then a short time later, the alarm went off.
Constable Oliver wasn't with you anymore when the alarm went off?
No. I was scared that the ship would sink with me sitting here like a rat in a trap.
It's hard for me to believe a single word of your story.
Because I'm a foreigner?
Because you seem to have learned our language in the space of a day. Accent-free.
Believe what you want.
Who paid you to distract us?
What?
You went for a walk around the deck and let yourself be seen. Everyone goes off hunting you, and in the meantime, your partner shoots the Baroness in peace.
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't want to distract anyone. I just want to go home.
You're a liar, and a bad one at that.
But sir, I'm telling the truth.
And I'm the Raven. Inspector Legrand will deal with you. He's lying like a cheap rug. But he probably doesn't know anything about the murder. Very disappointing. So I have to keep searching. What interests me most is the shot that was fired here in the cargo hold last night.
Okay.
Whoever fired the shot hit the crate. Did the or maybe he needed the bullet. Can't see. If the bullet is still stuck in the wood, it's too deep.
Ah, I have the tongs!
No, the bullet hole is too small for the tongs.
Well, we'll make the bullet hole bigger then, Zoner.
The cargo hold also seems to serve as a changing room for the crew, at least for the ones who don't wear white uniforms. The cargo hold also at least a stroke of luck. The lock is open.
I'm just gonna find the Raven's outfit.
Oil-stained overalls. And here, an old toolbox. It's been through a lot. Hardly any paint, dented, and the lid is held shut by a wire. I'll take it with me.
Hey! I can pick the lock now.
Some wrenches, a bit of wire wool, an oily cloth, and here, a screwdriver.
Oh, I got a screwdriver. Got a screwdriver.
I've got it.
Alright guys, I got the screwdriver. What do I do with the screwdriver? Just go around the stairs. Did somebody already pick up my chair?
I could take one of the saws with me as a souvenir. On the other hand, it'd remind me of my bump and of my rather inelegant escape.
Take the saw, man.
Somebody put the trunk back on the shelf. I can't tell whether it was our young friend or someone else. It must...
So every time I need to come back down here, I gotta shoot him in the knee and break his bottle.
Maybe I won't get another chance to look. I must try to find out who was responsible. Well, you screwed.
Oh, I got it. I'll just shoot him in the knee again and break his bottle. I'll use a screwdriver.
Well, I think the bullet is still in the wood. I'm not a weapons specialist, but at first sight I'd say that this bullet looks exactly the same as the one Dr. Gebhardt gave me for Legrand. That would mean that the murderer also fired a shot here in the cargo hold before the murder. But why?
Wake my ass
Did
up.
they just want to make sure the old guns still worked? Or was it something else? And did the bullet really come from the same gun? I can only check that in Legrand's cabin. The young man is lying like a cheap rock.
I can leave. Now let's leave before Constable Apple get... Oops.
That takes the biscuit.
I noticed that the door was unguarded. I just wanted to make sure that everything was all right.
Tell it to Legrand. He's expressly forbidden anyone to speak to the witness before he does.
All right, let's go to Legrand and tell him what happened. You fell asleep and then you left the door unguarded.
Yeah.
Well, are we going? Hmm?
No, but don't try it again.
Of course not.
Yeah, let's go. You fell asleep and walked away.
Hello, Matt.
Hello.
Hi there.
Matt.
What?
Here's your slingshot back.
Really? Thanks.
Yeah, I
You're
shot him
welcome,
in the knee.
but you should put Constable Oliver on the list of people who'd better not see it.
I understand. Don't worry, I'll be careful.
Good man. I have to leave again.
Sure.
I'll still get you that ice cream. Did baby get a new bottle? I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be picking on the constable, but you know. Oh shit. What? I just realized I'm going to be going into a lab. And I'm going to be there by myself trying to figure out bullet residues and shit like that. Oh boy. Pick it.
The lock isn't especially secure. I should be able to open it with the wire from the cargo hold.
All you did was put the wire into... Oh. What am I doing? I got it. So right here has to go up a bit. Alright, almost there. Okay. We'll just try this. Everything, the music just all cut out there.
I'm out of practice.
What?
The
Get this. So. I don't get this. I'm confused and I'm lost. I don't understand this. Hang on. possible. Say, screw it. I hit circle. I didn't want to hit circle.
I'm out of practice.
Yes. Yes, you are.
The lock.
Couldn't you have just done it for me? The second one up. I think I have an idea. Put this one down. Hey! I'm smart. Don't ask me to do that shit again, though.
There we go.
The top part had to. There was a line you had to get in line with the top part of the little brass parts. I don't know. I'm just glad I'm in.
A lock master and son. Tough to crack.
I
If
ain't
I
cracking
wanted to
it.
steal the eye, I'd concentrate on getting the 3 keys. neatly folded and unused. Legrand hasn't slept since we cast off, nor on the train.
Oh God.
Legrand must have taken and developed the photos himself. He even made copies and enlargements. He seems to be prepared for everything, with access to more resources than a normal detective.
That's good.
A microscope. Looks like the one that Lutz Reichinger uses in his pharmacy, just more modern. Legrand must have taken them yesterday at the crime scene.
There's a crime scene.
Yes, that's how we found her yesterday, I think. I wasn't really myself at the time. Yes. The bed, the blood spot. The spot on the sheet is much bigger than the one on the mattress. There's blood on the blanket as well. A lot of blood, I'd say.
Oh, she was...
This photo provides an
girl.
overview of the crime scene. A rough diagram of the ship. Legrand marked the Baroness's cabin. Seems like he didn't turn up anything else of note. Shot in her sleep. She didn't feel a thing. She went to sleep and never woke up. A masterpiece. Forensic teams use kits like these. They're placing increasing importance on the preservation of evidence. But not in Switzerland yet. It's a small lab used to conduct simple analysis on site.
Oh, okay.
Aha! That's the bullet the doctor removed from the Baroness's corpse.
I saw a hand.
This is the pipe from the cargo hold. Legrand seems to have inspected it for fingerprints. I can still make out the powder. Legrand's file on the Raven. Centimeters thick, but totally useless. We're not dealing with the Raven. Why can't he see that? Our man is ruthless, a bomber, and quite probably a murderer. There's nothing written on the bottle. I suppose it's some sort of stimulant, legal or not. Legrand has been awake for at least 30 hours straight, maybe more. Another alarm. It was tripped at some point, but there's no way to determine when. Smells like chemicals. Legrand probably developed the photos in here.
You sure it was photos he developed, or do you think he was going to the bathroom? Alright, so...
Dr. Gebhardt, something tells me that he wouldn't be amused. The doctor removed this bullet from the Baroness's heart. According to Legrand, it's from a 7.65 millimeter Luger cartridge. The doctor removed... The bullet resembles the one that the doctor removed from the Baroness's corpse.
Yeah.
But I can't be certain until I check it under the microscope in Legrand's cabin.
Oh, well, you should have just said that while we were in there. Instead of saying, I don't know what to do.
Okay, second bullet for a...
Really?
All right.
I was supposed to say, put the bullet on the thing. And I better be able to get to see it.
That's the proof. Whoever shot the Baroness also fired the shot in the cargo hold. What could that mean?
I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. You did the theory.
The metal of the tongs...
I didn't want to examine them, Zellner. Let's see if he's gotten anywhere else in his interrogations. No, not outside. I want to go inside into the kitchen or whatever. No, go back in. So I gotta talk to the woman in the wheelchair, then I gotta talk to... You are still here.
Lady Westmacott, may I bother you for a moment?
No.
By all means, Mr. Zellner.
Oh, okay.
Did Miss Miller cope with all the excitement?
I think so. But what happened on the train was quite a shock for her. She wouldn't be able to go on if something happened to Matthew.
She's worried about him.
He's all she has.
Yeah, Matthew, Maddie,
It breaks her
Matt.
heart that he lives at a boarding school and can't always be with her. But she sets her wishes and needs aside so that he can get a good education. That's her way.
Where is Matthew's father?
Gone. Run off. Ran away from his problems again. He drank a lot.
Again?
More and more after each setback. It's better for both of them this way.
He left her.
She couldn't have borne it. She loved him and wanted to stick by him. She fell out with her family over him. They couldn't understand her. And when he left her, the ground opened up beneath her feet. For 2 weeks, she was as good as dead. If she didn't have Matthew, she'd be dead.
You seem to know a lot about it. I mean, about
Why
the
are your
time
eyes
before
shifting
Miss
like
Miller
crazy?
began working for you.
I have my reasons.
And Matthew, do you care as deeply about the children of your other employees?
If you fail with your own child, you hope to do better with others, Constable.
I'm sorry.
And the idea to send Matt to a boarding school...
Was
Was
mine.
yours.
Matthew idolized his father and blamed his mother for the fact that he wasn't around anymore. I was afraid the situation would escalate if he had to live on a country estate alone with his mother and some old people. I think I was right. He quickly made
Elderly
friends at
people.
boarding school. He's popular, well-liked, a real athlete according to his teachers, and his relationship with his mother has improved as well. He's headed in the right direction.
Miss Miller told me that you have a valuable manuscript with you.
That is correct.
An unpublished part
Let
2
me guess,
novel.
I'm gonna see
The
if I can see it.
manuscript must be worth a fortune.
Oh, it's not just any Part 2 novel. I wrote it 20 years ago, but it will only be published after my death. It's Partou's last case. Maurice Partout dies.
You're going to kill him off?
I already have. And I enjoyed it.
Madam.
I was so sick of writing one Partout novel after
sweet
another.
but a psycho.
I was keen to stick a knife in his guts. And so,
okay,
20
she's really
years ago,
psycho.
I did, of course. I didn't want to disappoint my fans, so I let him solve case after case. But at least I was certain that he'd never escape me, that in the end, I would get him.
I understand. Let's just hope that this novel remains unpublished for many more years. I have to be going, Lady
I can
Westmacott.
just see her as like the killer. Somebody just runs up the fucking stairs, and they're like, and she's just like, hey, you can't go up the stairs. We both agreed to stay down here. You can't go upstairs.
The bullet from a Legrand will attend to the... I won't talk to him again until I'm ready to present...
Got a screwdriver.
Mr. Croy... Mr. Kreutzer clearly feels uneasy. But does Legrand actually? I shouldn't bother her. Her mind... Coffee is not bad at all, but 1 cup is enough.
Oh. More. Need more coffee. Need more energy drinks. Well, I don't know what to do now. I questioned the dude. I got the bullet matchings. What else do I do?
Both bullets came from the same gun. That means that whoever shot the Baroness was also in the cargo hold. That fact may be important later.
He's an alcoholic.
All right, what have we got here?
I don't know. You never really let me look.
Half of the tools in this box
Small
will be
shells.
interesting for an archaeologist as well. Actually, forensics and archaeology are really quite similar to each other. The goal is to find out what happened, whether a few hours ago or a few centuries ago.
Okay.
I'm sure Legrand could work magic in this alchemist lab. Me, I'm just awestruck. What's this? Oh, how practical. A hermetically sealed cotton swab for collecting samples. I'll take it. For forensics in the woods or the open country, I suppose. No use on a ship. Good Lord. Fingerprints are overrated. Smart thieves wear gloves, or they make sure that there are too many fingerprints at the crime scene to check them all. Aha!
What?
This is some kind of inventory list. For each chemical, it lists the chemical composition and a short comment on how to use it. And here's a list of the most important procedures. Fingerprints.
Why is there one missing?
Gunshot residue. Blood. I don't have to analyze the pillow and feathers to determine whether there's gunshot residue. I can smell it. And I don't have any other clues at the moment. The booklet will be useful once I have something to analyze. Good Lord. Good Lord.
Wait.
A small glass bowl for mixing chemicals.
I do have something to analyze. If I can somehow get that blood, well, that will be something I can analyze, right?
Well, you screw...
You think we would have saw other ships or landfall by now? If I can somehow...
Nothing. The blood's... That's odd. The blood is so... red. Shouldn't it gradually darken in the air? Turn brown? I always wanted to do that. That should be enough.
Yeah, just put it back in your pocket, that'll work. Alright, we got the blood sample. Quote unquote blood. No. Just go downstairs. Good job, Zelda. Alright, now we can go back and analyze if it's blood or if it's something else. We should be able. That'd be real funny if I just like nobody around, walk in and Legrand is just sitting here. It's just like, why are you in here? No reason.
Good Lord. Which of these chemicals are for analyzing blood?
Maybe the one that's missing.
wasn't there something about blood samples? Fingerprints, gunshot residue, blood. Well, it explains how to confirm that something is blood. That's a start. You have to mix luminol and a hydrogen peroxide solution and then drip or spray the mixture on the blood. The solution turns blue and glows even if there's just a very small amount of blood. Okay then, luminol and hydrogen peroxide.
Copy that.
Aha! Luminol. And there's the hydrogen peroxide. I'll mix it with the luminol in the bowl. Okay. I can detect blood with this mixture. The clear solution turns blue if it comes into contact with blood. Okay, I'm filling the pipette and putting it down very carefully. So, let's see what we have here. No blood. Not the slightest reaction. If I didn't make a mistake, and it wasn't that difficult, then the spot on the Baroness's bed isn't really blood. But if it isn't blood, what is it? And more importantly, why didn't Dr. Gebhardt notice anything? He was supposed to have examined everything. I'd say it's time to visit the medical center.
Please tell me I just need to just go knock knock. Don't give me the lockpick thing again.
It seems impossible that Dr. Gebhardt could have shot the Baroness. He was with me when the gunshot ran out. But he must have noticed that the Baroness was lying in a pool of fake blood. Maybe he's covering for someone. Let's find out.
No. No. Oh, thank God. Wait. There's a gunshot wound to her heart, yet what? Okay, that's creepy.
The sink looks like it's been cleaned recently. I can't say whether it was cleaned to comply with the hygiene regulations or whether there was another reason. Interesting. A tape on a reel. The reel belongs to a much better player. Like the one from the Baroness's cabin. I can't be certain that this is the reel that was missing from the Baroness's cabin, but it seems quite likely.
Do we take it?
Okay. Nothing. Strange. There.
What?
Very interesting. A shot.
Yeah.
I guess the trash bin is in here. Right. Paper towels, plastic packaging, cartons, and... Hold on. What's this? A burst rubber glove. It's knotted. and there's a red liquid all over the inside that looks like blood. I bet good money that it's the same fake blood I found in the Baroness's cabin. Dr. Gebhardt will have trouble explaining how rubber gloves full of fake blood got into his trash bin. First, the fake blood he missed in the Baroness's cabin, and now this. It doesn't look good for you, Doctor. The Baroness and why did... It's probably for emergencies, in case a passenger falls down and can't walk anymore. Possibly due to rough seas, or maybe the captain's well-stocked bar.
Look, I know I'm walking weird.
That's
but I'm not
proof
drunk.
enough for... I should report to...
Yes!
Time to pay Legrand a visit. No.
Why?
No, don't.
That was chapter 1. So it was you. It was a doctor in the Baroness's room with fake blood and a gunshot. What? And a chloroform in here with me, motherfucker.
Why couldn't you just leave it be? Let me go.
Help. He's insane.
Why are you doing this to me?
You're doing it to
You and the
yourself.
Baroness. Dr. Gebhardt, I don't know. Don't you understand what you are forcing me to do?
What am I doing?
You don't have to. It is almost over. You won't feel a thing.
Question, why does this wheelchair have restraints?
I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform. And move.
Hey Doc, I got a question.
A pair of scissors. All ready. Enough of that, Mr. Zerner. Soon
I'm up to date on my shots, leave me alone. Nope.
I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
What the fuck?
Chloroform.
Fuck. Look, Doc, fuck you.
I am sorry.
No, you're not. Let me try the scissors again since I got... Oh, for fuck's sake. What if I get him talking? Let me try this.
I have to distract him.
What's your plan?
And what next? Heart failure happens a lot at your age, especially given your background. I am still considering whether I should throw you overboard. Don't leave evidence. No evidence. But what if I'm seen? My plan was perfect. And then you ruined everything. Keep talking. Chloroform? I had it in my bag, just in case. You are supposed to be asleep. I am not a monster, you know?
Then why are you doing this?
I have nothing against you. Nothing at all. But what can I do? You forced my hand. It's your fault. Yours alone.
Fuck you.
On and on. Why? Why? Why did the Baroness have to snoop around? Why did you have to snoop around? And that glove there. You want to plant evidence on me, yeah? I left no evidence. There is no trail. And yet you can't just leave me in peace, can you?
Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
On and on. Lord of... Can't.
Roll, you fat. Get the chloroform. Give him a taste of high. Give him night.
Take it easy, Mr. Zelda.
Never.
You will only hurt yourself.
I will hurt you.
Shall we begin?
No.
It's almost over. I will. Are you okay?
Oh god, not the boogeyman, no! Won't it be the constable and all of all people? It's the freaking constable, I bet you. Dun dun dun. It's the one I shot in the leg, isn't it?
Thanks.
Alive!
A wet towel works miracles. I told you so.
Out with it then. What were you doing down there?
Inspector, at least let the constable recover his breath.
He almost killed himself.
Me? No. Dr. Gebhardt would have taken care of that for me. Where is he?
Gebhardt is vanished without a trace. We're searching the ship from top to bottom.
One at a time. Tell me, Zelda, what did you find out?
Dr. Gebhardt killed Baroness von Trebitz.
Impossible.
Do you have proof?
Besides the fact that he wanted to kill me?
But wasn't the doctor with you when the shot was fired?
The gunshot was just a distraction. It wasn't the shot that killed the Baroness.
But how?
The shot that we heard was a recording. The Baroness had a tape recorder and good speakers in her cabin. Good enough to make the noise audible on the upper deck.
Is that just your suspicion, or do you have proof?
Nope, but it was possible.
There's an audio tape in the medical center. The reel belongs to the tape player in the Baroness's cabin. And there's a sibling reel in her cabin that belongs to the recorder in the medical center. He recorded it in the cargo hold.
That's what I'm
His tape recorder has a microphone. And I removed a bullet from one of the boxes down there.
And it came from the murder weapon?
All right.
Hey, fatty.
Inspector Legrand.
Let's pretend you're onto something. The shot we heard was just a recording. What happened next?
We all ran to the Baroness's cabin. She lay comatose in a pool of blood. Dr. Gebhardt pushed past you so that you couldn't get too close to the Baroness. He examined her and pronounced her dead. There was no reason for us to doubt him. The shot, the blood, the Baroness lying there lifelessly. But she was only unconscious, knocked out by the chloral hydrate that the doctor had poured into her glass shortly before.
The doctor had a glass in his hand when you came in.
He wanted to remove the evidence, but you gave me the glass instead, Captain DeConti, and unintentionally knocked me out as well.
Nonsense. There was blood everywhere. And the Baroness is certainly dead enough, isn't she?
Then who did shoot her? And when?
She was shot, she was poisoned, the doctor...
She wasn't shot, she was poisoned.
And yet I saw the hole in her chest with my own eyes.
Aha!
She must have been shot.
Well, ingenious. Where was she shot?
You dig a hole in your chest. Fuck you. Oh, yeah, because of the muffled thing.
As I already said, it was Dr. Gebhardt. He had the sleeping Baroness brought to the medical center, where he had all the time in the world to shoot her.
A fine theory, but unfortunately incorrect. I examined the Baroness before she was taken away. She had a bullet wound in her chest.
Big nose.
Besides which, she was already cold when we brought her to the medical center.
All the same, it's worth considering the possibility. The doctor was alone in the cabin for a while. When the alarm went off, it was deafening. I couldn't even hear myself.
And I found a pillow with burn marks. Could have been used to muffle a gunshot.
And the blood?
The blood wasn't real. Dr. Gebhardt mixed up a liquid that looked like fresh blood to the casual observer, but the liquid remained red instead of becoming darker and browner from exposure to the air. That meant he had to clean the body and get rid of the bedding.
But the blood was already there when we first entered the cabin.
Dr. Gebhardt was in the Baroness's cabin before the murder. He hid a surgical glove full of the red liquid under her sheet. The Baroness, dead tired, fell onto her bed. The glove burst and the blood spread across the bed. I found the burst glove in the medical center.
But why did he do it? What was his motive?
Inspector?
What? I have a feeling...
The Baroness was blackmailing Dr. Gebhardt.
What's your reasoning?
Isn't blackmail always a good motive?
It's worthless without proof.
It had to do with the Eye of the Sphinx. The Baroness was supposed to bring one of the keys to Cairo.
So Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven?
I don't think so. But perhaps he was working with him.
No, no, no.
Do you have anything to contribute, Constable?
Confession, sir.
Huh?
Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven. It's all here. He admits to everything.
What does it say?
It says, "Do you still remember, my dear Nico? The streets were wet with rain, and the scent of roasted barley and fermenting yeast wafted over to us from the brewery. The dog barked until your shot struck down the innocent one. After that silence, not a single sound except for my soft steps fading on the wet cobblestone street. They made a hero of you, and I, at last, found peace. At least until the urge returned. Some of us are not made for retirement, my friend. I thought they would assign this case to you, and that thought pleased me. We'd finally find out who was truly the better man. And it pains me now to have to admit that you and your little gumshoe got the better of me. You drove me into a corner, forced me to make mistakes. I congratulate you on your triumph, but no one will confine the Raven to a cage. There is but one way out, and that is by my own hand. Farewell, Raven Hunter. R.
Inspector Legrand.
What, did he jump overboard or something? Like...
Inspector?
I was right. I told them all, over and over again. But no one would listen.
You think that Dr. Gebhardt was really the Raven?
The things Gebhardt describes in his letter aren't part of any police report. Only someone who was there would know them.
Couldn't there have been others involved? One of the police, for instance. What if one of them changed sides?
Why is it so hard for you to accept the simple truth?
Because I'm
never
stubborn.
A new Raven. There was only ever the old one. And that was Dr. Gebhardt.
The modus operandi doesn't match. The Raven was not a killer.
Legends are rarely what they seem to be, Constable Zellner.
He's got a point.
Then who was the man who was killed back then?
William Jackson, a petty thief, committed some burglaries together with his brother. Talented, but not world-class.
And they thought he was the Raven.
Some people thought it was part of his disguise. If you're a debonair master thief, what better disguise than pretending to be a common crook? From time to time you let them catch you pulling small jobs, and no one ever imagines you're capable of a major heist.
But you didn't believe it.
I had my doubts. But everyone congratulated me, and those doubts were pushed aside. It was like being caught in a storm. But eventually the storm passed, and my doubts were still there.
But not this time? No doubts telling you that Gebhardt isn't our man?
It must be him.
What about the handwriting, the wording? Does the farewell letter match the Raven's other letters?
Yes, it's his handwriting, his words. I've read all the Raven's letters, all of them, over and over again.
I never thought it was possible. A resurrected Raven.
The Raven was never dead. I shot the wrong man.
But that man had the stolen goods, didn't he? So he must have been in league with the Raven. One could hardly call him innocent. Where do we go from here?
We deliver the eye, and then I'll contact Paris. A task force will compare all of Gebhardt's known residences with the Raven's activity.
And if there are any inconsistencies?
You're welcome to keep an eye on the safe if you can't let it go. The ship will remain in Cairo for 1 day. That's all the time you'll have to catch your own Raven. I already have mine.
Okay, bye. I will catch the Raven. Since you think you're dead. Hey, I'm in a new place. Like how you just see a fat, bald guy standing there in the corner. No offense. Hint, if you're stuck, try talking to characters. No shit. Hello.
Ah, you're one of Legrand's men, aren't you?
My name is Anton Jakob Zellner.
You've come just
English,
in time.
please.
Grace, my dachshund is missing.
There may be more important matters for me to attend to, Mr.
Director Abbas Mokhtar. And Grace
English.
isn't just a common dog. She's a purebred German dachshund, a champion.
Inspector Legrand, Professor Lucien, and Constable Oliver are overseeing the transportation of the safe. They should be here at any moment. I'll have a look around in the meantime.
Do you think that's necessary? The Raven is dead, after all.
If you mean Dr. Gebhardt, his body was never recovered. Nor the stolen eye of the Sphinx, for that matter.
Yeah.
It does us a great honor that the Inspector is concerned about us. But we have everything under control.
No, you don't.
Legrand isn't as concerned as he should be, but I am. Is the museum closed?
Yes. Only carefully selected guests may enter the museum during preparations for the gala.
Me?
And of course, you're one of them, Mr. Constable.
Thank you.
What can you tell me about the museum's security system?
One of the best on the market. And the second eye will still be exhibited in our special treasure chamber, which is extra secure.
Treasure chamber?
See for yourself, to the right of the entrance. The eye is as safe as the British Crown jewels.
I think I'll have a look around the museum.
Please do. There's a lot to see. And you let me know if you see Grace, won't you? I hope we find her before the great inspector arrives. Isn't it fantastic how he solved the murder on the ship?
Hey!
Legrand.
Of course. It's in all the newspapers.
Oh, that bitch took all the credit.
Of the wealthy Baroness von Trebitz, and how the great Inspector Legrand identified the murderer in just one day. It's the stuff legends are made of. You should count yourself lucky to have the chance to learn from him.
What exactly do the newspapers say?
Everything. It's fantastic. Someone on board must have informed the press immediately. Of course, it's a great advertising for us. The reporters will queue up tonight.
And it was reported that Legrand found the murderer.
Of course. Who else?
Well, I wasn't exactly uninvolved.
Of course. Legrand surely has assistants. But
of course.
Honor to he who deserves to be honored. Right?
Me.
Well then.
Be seeing you, Constable.
Me.
Grace. Here, Gracie. My sweetheart.
Look,
where are
James.
you?
Oh, Mr. Inch.
Mr. Inch. There you are. I am so sorry. Baroness von Trebitz was a good-hearted woman. She did so much for the museum.
As you say, sir.
And you? Are you leaving so soon?
I'd like to go back to my
Inch
hotel.
doesn't
These
fit you. Can I call you
last
Mr.
days have been
Footlong?
such a strain.
First, you sneak into the museum without greeting me, and then you want to leave just as quickly?
I didn't want to disturb you, and we'll have time enough tonight.
Yes, you simply must come tonight.
You're taller than my character.
To present Baroness von Trebitz
You ain't no
with a
fucking
medal.
inch. You're a
now
fucking
you have to
Footlong.
accept it.
Of course, if you insist, sir.
The Baroness paid for all this. Without her, there wouldn't have been an exhibition or a gala.
She was very generous.
Yes, she was.
If you'll excuse me now. Constable Zellner, I want to thank you again for all you've done. You saved me, you could say.
My pleasure. See you tonight.
Bye, Mr. Footlong. He's cheap too. He's only $5. Stop now. That motherfucker stole all the credit. But let's talk to the woman really. This woman. Hello, Miss.
Miss Miller, I'm glad to see you here.
Oh, Constable Zellner. I heard what happened to you on board. Awful. Truly awful.
All's
Thank
well
you.
that ends well.
I got no
You
credit.
are waiting for Professor Lucien?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow you'll be sailing down the Nile, if I heard correctly.
That's right. I'm sure it will be an amazing experience.
Can I come?
But you don't seem to be very excited.
Oh, but I am. It's very generous of Lady Westmacott to invite me, and especially Matty. He'll learn a lot.
But?
Well, Professor Lucien offered to join us.
Then Matt will learn even more. And I'm sure it won't be unpleasant for you either.
No, I just don't know how Matty would react if Edgar came with us.
I understand.
I could
test the water to see how he'd feel about it.
Would you do that? Oh, thank you, Constable Zellner.
What? What did I just agree to? What did you agree to do?
Were you able to find out why Professor Lucien left the forecastle so suddenly last night?
No, not really. We only had a brief conversation. He was still very nervous.
He was like that on the train as well. Seems to be typical of him.
It must be something to do with the burglary at the museum. It really affected him. But he told me not to worry about anything. He said, soon this would all be over.
Really? How did he mean that?
Oh, I didn't ask him, Constable.
Are there other passengers from the ship here?
Oh, yes, we arrived as a group. David Kreutzer, the violinist, was with us. So were Miss Myers and Mr. Inch. He seems to have gotten over the death of the Baroness pretty quickly. He seems positively relaxed.
I've met him. He looks on the bright side of life, so to speak. Where is Mr. Kreutzer?
You know, I'm gonna call that Edgar guy.
Maddie is downstairs in the main hall. I'm afraid I'll hear the sound of something priceless shattering any second.
Matt will be careful, Miss Miller. I'll continue my tour of the museum.
Oh, yes, there's so much to see.
Alright. But anyway, guys.
I didn't have to pay for the cruise, and the French embassy is taking care of the hotel, which is lucky. I certainly would have had a tough time getting the expenses back from my captain.
That's going to be the end for this episode of The Raven. If you're new to this channel and you like this commentary, be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. But, as always, this is still Riper21 saying, I'll see you in the next video. Adios, everybody!